Hey everyone, today I am working on a 2017 Ram 2500 and I've got where the defrost and vents the mode door does not seem to be working, and I scanned and went through the actuator routine and it gave me a code for the defrost mode door. So I wanted to show how you can access that without taking the entire dashboard out. There's plenty of videos I saw on the blend door, which would get access to here, which is blend being hot, cold, the mix. In mode is going to be actuating, is it defrost, is it vent, is it foot? So on this, there's a little pocket up here to the top. There's a piece of rubber here covering it, so I just pulled that rubber up. There's two screws that were in there I took out, Torx, and then I could just grab this and just pull this off. There's a couple connectors back in here. If you have a console, you probably have to take the console out first. And then this gives me some access initially. So these are the connectors that went to my HVAC and things like that. I did on this vehicle, you have to use a scan tool. Hit the comments if you know another way, but it's a 2017. Some of the earlier models you can hold the reinsert button, but on this you need a scan tool in order to cycle the mode door and blend door. But right here is one of the doors, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this bottom piece out, and I should be able to access the defrost one here, and then the other mode doors here, and the code I got is for the defrost one. So okay, so I had this little bottom piece here. There's a screw here, and then two up here. You're probably not going to have this if you have the console, but there would be some connectors for the console. On here I had like this one here for the USB, and the console would have a connector either on one side or the other, kind of down low in one of the kick panels. But now you can see this one says defrost, and this one should be the other mode door back in here. And then right here, a little bit hard to see, but this is going to be your blend door right here. This is the hot cold. And then you've got your reinsert door, which is up there. So those are the main doors, and the only other doors, if you have the auto temp control, is on the back side. So you would not be able to access that one unless you had the box out. But this shows you where some of your doors are. So this one with the glove box out, reinsert door there, and then here's your two main mode doors right here, and you can see the radio and everything. So I didn't see many videos on location of those, so that's how you can access those. And then for diagnosis, you can see there's little pieces just behind here, and you could pull these off. You can make sure those doors don't have restrictions if you want to just turn them by hand. And then you can also watch to see if these things spin as you do the temperature control. So what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to plug this face or this dial back in, and then turn the key and go ahead and actuate everything to confirm what's working or not working, and then replace the actuator. This one appears to be a replacement here, and then this one's the factory, and you can see the paint marks and stuff on here compared to this one that's the replacement. So all right, so one thing I did here is, you can see the two actuators up front. I pulled the screws out, and you want to make sure you install them just how they came off. These things are clocked, and if you install a new one, you might have to plug it in and have this thing rotate until it's in the same position. But anyway, I turned on the HVAC with these unplugged, and I just kind of flipped this back and forth to make sure it was free and to make sure the airflow changed in the different places. And this one here seemed to be between defrost and upper vent, and this is the one that I was actually having a problem with. So I replaced that, and I checked just with the airflow on and made sure there was no obstructions. It doesn't seem like I have an issue with the box. It's just these actuators. So I put a couple actuators. Okay, so the last thing I have, I plugged everything back in, and I noticed I had the HVAC control panel unplugged here. And one thing that I observed, and comment if anybody's got had any other outcome, but when I went ahead and plugged my HVAC control panel back in, it had been unplugged for about 10 or 15 minutes, and I'd had the actuators unplugged. When I plugged it in, I just waited for a second, and I could actually hear all the actuators cycle and go through their actuator routine. And then when I went and plugged in the scan tool, and even checked it before, everything worked. All the vents, everything worked. So it went through and it cycled the actuators and went through a learn routine, maybe because this thing had powered down or whatever. But I actually didn't wind up needing to use the scan tool to reprogram. When I plugged the module back in, it went through the learn routine. So maybe you'll have luck with that, or maybe not. But that's how it worked out for me, which I was happy about. And everything seems to be fixed. All the vents work with the correct position of the of what I've selected on the HVAC actuator. So let's see if I can plug this in, if it'll make the noise again. So it's very faint. But anyway, the actuators are going through and moving right now. All right, well, thanks for watching.